Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where imagination comes to life. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and give us a thumbs up, comment, and share with family and friends so they can enjoy what you're about to enjoy. Without wasting your time, let's dive into today's episode. Titled, Marked by the Alpha Billionaire Wolf Face, Full Werewolf Romance Audiobook Mafia, Love and Betrayal Story. Part 1, The One Night That Changed Everything. The city never slept. Cars moved like restless beasts on the wet streets, horns echoing into the night. Lights from tall buildings sparkled against the dark sky, while the sound of music and laughter rose from the grandest hotel in town. Aurora Hale stood outside, clutching a broken umbrella that barely kept the rain off her hair. Her dress was borrowed. Her shoes pinched her toes, and her heart beat too fast. She was 21, broke, and tired of her life. And yet, here she was, about to walk into a party that belonged to billionaires. Beside her, Maya grinned. Maya was her best friend, her only family left after years of pain and struggle. Unlike Aurora, Maya loved chaos. She lived for trouble, and tonight she had dragged Aurora into it. "Don't back out now," Maya whispered, her red lipstick shining under the streetlight. "We didn't sneak all the way here just for you to chicken out. Tonight, we're not poor orphans. Tonight, we're rich, beautiful, and untouchable." Aurora's stomach turned. "Maya, if they catch us." "They won't," Maya cut in, her voice sharp but playful. "Trust me. Just smile and act like you belong." Aurora wanted to argue, but her voice stuck in her throat. Something inside her said this night would change everything, whether she liked it or not. The guards at the door barely glanced at them as Maya pulled her inside. Suddenly Aurora was in a world that felt like a dream. Golden chandeliers hung from the ceiling, their light scattering across polished marble floors. Expensive perfume floated in the air. Men in sharp suits and women in sparkling gowns moved like kings and queens. Aurora felt small, invisible, wrong. Maya, of course, fit right in. She grabbed 2 glasses of champagne from a passing waiter and handed one to Aurora. "Drink," she said. "You look like you're about to faint." Aurora sipped. The liquid burned her throat. She hated the taste, but forced it down anyway. Then she felt it. A gaze. Heavy. Burning. Watching her from across the room. She turned, and her breath caught. He stood in the shadows, apart from everyone else. Tall, broad, dressed in a black suit that hugged his powerful frame. His hair was dark, his jaw strong, and his presence so heavy it made her chest tighten. But it was his eyes that froze her. They were silver, glowing faintly even from a distance, like storm clouds caught in moonlight. The room seemed quieter where he stood. People noticed him but kept away, like they feared to get too close. Aurora couldn't look away. "That's him," Maya breathed beside her, eyes wide with both fear and excitement. "Damian Duskbane, billionaire, untouchable. Some say he owns his whole city," Aurora whispered. "And others?" Maya leaned closer, her smile sharp. "Others say he's not human." Aurora let out a shaky laugh. "Don't be ridiculous." But when Damian's glowing eyes locked on hers, her laugh died in her throat. Her pulse raced. Her legs felt weak. And before she could blink, he was gone from the corner of the room. Aurora gasped when she turned back and found him standing right in front of her. Up close, he was even more overwhelming. His suit smelled faintly off cedar and smoke, his presence heavy like a storm about to break. His gaze never left hers, sharp and searching. "Who are you?" His voice was deep, low, and commanding. Aurora's lips parted, but no sound came out. Her name stuck in her throat. Maya, bold as ever, leaned in with a grin. "This is my friend, Aurora." Damian's eyes flicked to Maya for a second before returning to Aurora. "Aurora." He spoke her name slowly, like tasting it. His lips curled slightly, not quite a smile. "Interesting." Aurora's cheeks burned. She wanted to look away, but she couldn't. His gaze held her in place, like chains invisible to everyone else. "I haven't seen you here before," Damian said. "You don't belong to this world." Aurora's heart raced. He knew. He could see straight through her. She finally found her voice. "Then why are you talking to me?" For a moment, his silver eyes softened, but only for a second. Then they hardened again. "Because you don't belong here. And yet, here you are. Why?" Aurora swallowed. She had no answer. Maya chuckled. "We're just here for fun. Nothing serious." Damian ignored Maya completely. His gaze stayed on Aurora. "Be careful," he said, his voice softened now. almost dangerous. This world eats people like you alive. Aurora shivered. She didn't know if it was a warning or a threat. Before she could respond, music started playing and Damian stepped closer. Dance with me? It wasn't a question. Aurora's chest tightened. I don't. But he had already taken her glass, set aside, and pulled her onto the dance floor. His hand was firm on her waist, his other hand gripping hers. She tried to keep up with his steps, but he moved like a predator, smooth, powerful, controlled. Her pulse hammered. She had never been this close to anyone before, not like this. His eyes burned into hers, and she felt dizzy, trapped, alive all at once. "What do you want from me?" she whispered. His lips curved faintly. Everything. Aurora's breath caught. The world around them blurred. Music, voices, laughter, all faded until it was only him. Her heart screamed for her to run, but her body betrayed her, leaning closer, drawn to the danger. She didn't even realize when his lips brushed hers. Soft at first, then harder, demanding, pulling her into a kiss that burned hotter than fire. Aurora gasped against his mouth, but instead of pushing him away, she melted. For the first time in years, she felt something she couldn't name. Need. Hunger. Belonging. It scared her more than anything. When he pulled back, his eyes glowed brighter. "You're mine now." Aurora froze. "What?" But Damian didn't explain. He simply took her hand and led her out of the ballroom, away from the golden lights, into the dark halls above. And that was how one night turned into everything. The elevator ride was silent. Aurora's mind spun, her body shaking. What was she doing? Why wasn't she stopping him? Why did her chest ache with both fear and longing? When the elevator doors opened, Damian guided her into a penthouse, so vast it felt like another world. Glass walls showed the entire city, glowing like fireflies below. Aurora turned, ready to protest, ready to demand answers. But Damian silenced her with a kiss. This time, it wasn't gentle. It was raw, fierce, like he was claiming her soul. Aurora broke away, gasping. "I don't even know you." Damian's voice was low. "You don't need to. All you need to know is this. You belong to me now." Aurora's chest heaved. "You're insane." "Maybe," he said. His silver eyes glowed in the dark. "But you feel it too, don't you? The pull, the bond, the way your body answers mine." Aurora's knees weakened. She hated that he was right. She hated that every nerve in her body lit up under his touch. And when he pulled her against him again, she didn't resist. The night blurred into heat, shadows, and fire. Aurora didn't know when her fear turned into hunger. She didn't know when her protests became whispers of his name. She only knew that by morning, she wasn't the same girl who had walked into that hotel. She had given herself to him. And when she woke, he was gone. The bed was empty, the sheets cold, the city silent beyond the glass walls. Aurora sat up, her heart sinking. Reality crashed back. She was still poor, still lost, still nothing. It was just one night. She told herself it meant nothing. She told herself she would never see him again. But deep inside, she knew she was lying. Because her lips still burned, her skin still tingled, and her heart still raced. And then, 2 days later, when she was back at the diner where she worked, wiping tables and serving coffee to tired strangers, she felt it again. That same heavy, burning gaze. Aurora turned, and her blood ran cold. Damian Duskbane stood by the door, his silver eyes glowing faintly under the diner lights. He was here, and this time, he wasn't leaving without her. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Part 2, The Curse of Desire. The bell above the diner door jingled, and Aurora froze where she stood with a tray of empty cups in her hands. Her heart skipped, her body went stiff. It couldn't be him. Not here, not in her world. But when she turned, she saw him. Damian Duskbane, tall, dark, dangerous, dressed in a sharp black suit that didn't belong anywhere near greasy tables and cheap coffee. His silver eyes glowed faintly even under the weak diner lights, and every head in the room turned to look at him. He didn't belong here, and yet he walked in like he owned the place. Aurora's chest tightened. Memories of that night hit her like fire. His lips, his touch, his voice telling her she was his. She had told herself it was a mistake. Just one night she would forget, but she couldn't forget. Not when he was standing right in front of her. Table for one, her boss, an old man named Hank, asked from behind the counter, clearly nervous. Damian's gaze never left Aurora. "I'm not here to eat." Aurora's throat dried. She set the tray down, her hand shaking. Maya, who was sitting in a corner booth, perked up instantly. She had come to the diner to keep Aurora company. And now she watched with wide eyes, a grin spreading across her face. "Oh my God," Maya whispered loudly. "Aurora, it's him. The billionaire. The one-night guy. He came back for you." Aurora shot her a glare, but her cheeks burned hot. Damian walked slowly toward her, every step controlled, powerful. The customers watched in silence, as though the air itself had thickened around him. When he stopped in front of her, Aurora forced herself to speak. "What are you doing here?" His silver eyes studied her face. "Looking for you." Aurora's heart thudded. "Why?" His lips curved faintly, almost cruel. "Because you belong to me." Her chest rose and fell. Anger flickered through her fear. "I don't belong to anyone." His gaze sharpened. "You think one night means nothing? You think you can walk away?" Aurora swallowed. It was just one night. Something dangerous flashed in his eyes. "You're lying. Your body knows the truth. You feel it, the pull between us, the bond." Aurora shook her head, though her skin still burned where it had touched her days ago. "I don't know what you're talking about." "You will," he said. Maya's voice broke the tension. "Okay, wow. Can I just say this is the hottest thing I've ever seen?" "Aurora, if you don't want him, I'll take him." Aurora turned sharply. "Maya." Damian didn't even glance at Maya. His eyes stayed locked on Aurora. "Meet me tonight," he said firmly. "There are things you need to know." Aurora tried to protest, but his gaze pinned her down. She couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. Then he turned and walked out, leaving silence in his wake. That night, Aurora couldn't sleep. She lay in her tiny apartment, staring at the cracked ceiling, her heart racing. Maya snored beside her, completely unaware of the storm raging inside her friend's chest. Aurora replayed Damian's words. The bond, the pull, the way her body had reacted to him, like she was drawn by invisible chains. It scared her. It excited her. It made no sense. And yet, when midnight came, she found herself walking toward the address he had sent her on a scrap of paper, a rooftop above the city. The night was cold, the wind sharp. Aurora hugged her thin jacket close as she climbed the final steps and pushed open the door. There he was, Damian, standing at the edge of the rooftop, looking out over the glowing city, like a king surveying his land. He turned when she approached, his eyes catching the moonlight. "You came," he said softly. Aurora crossed her arms. "I shouldn't have. But you did." His voice was low, certain, because you feel it, the bond. Aurora shook her head. "Stop saying that. I'm human. I don't believe in this, whatever it is." Damian stepped closer, and she stepped back. "You're not just human, Aurora. There's something in your blood. Something old. Something powerful." Aurora frowned. "What are you talking about?" He studied her, his jaw tense. "Your family wasn't destroyed by accident. Your parents didn't just die. They were killed because of what runs through your veins." Aurora froze. Her heart pounded in her ears. "No, that's not true." "Yes," Damian said. His eyes glowed brighter. "You are tied to me. Fate put you in my path. Our night together sealed it." Aurora's voice shook. "Sealed what?" He stepped even closer, his breath brushing her face. "A curse. A bond that can't be broken. You are mine now, Aurora. And if you try to run, the curse will destroy you." Aurora gasped. Her legs trembled. Before she could respond, the rooftop door slammed open. Aurora turned, and her blood ran cold. A tall man stepped out, dressed in dark clothes, his smile sharp and cruel. His eyes glowed too, not silver, but red, burning like fire. "Hello, little mate," the stranger drawled. "I see Damian got to you first." Damian growled low in his throat, his body tense. "Adrian." Aurora's heart hammered as the two men faced each other, the air thick with danger. "Stay behind me," Damian ordered. Aurora backed away, trembling. What is happening? Damian's silver eyes never left Adrian. The beginning of a war. The air turned heavy, like the sky itself was holding its breath. Aurora's hands trembled at her sides as Damian's body shifted slightly, shielding her from a man with fire-red eyes. "Adrian." Even his name felt sharp on her tongue. "You're late," Adrian said, his smirk cutting across his pale face. His voice was smooth but carried something cruel beneath it, something that made Aurora's stomach twist. Damian's jaw clenched. "You shouldn't be here." Adrian spread his arms as though welcoming the night. "Oh, but I should. You don't get to claim her without a fight, brother." Aurora's heart stuttered. "Brother?" Her gaze darted between them. They didn't look the same. Not really, but something about their presence, the way they stood, told her it wasn't a lie. "Brother?" she whispered. Damian's eyes flicked to hers, silver burning. "Stay out of this." But Adrian laughed. "Yes. Stay quiet, little mate. Let the big bad wolves fight over you." Wolves. Aurora's mind spun. None of this made sense. But deep inside, she felt a shiver that told her it was all real. Adrian's smile dropped. His voice turned sharp. "You knew the rules, Damian. The bloodline is mine to claim. The girl belongs to me." "She doesn't belong to anyone," Damian growled, his voice low and dangerous. "But if fate marked her, she is mine." Adrian's eyes blazed brighter. "Then fate will burn with her." In a blur, Adrian moved. Faster than Aurora's eyes could follow. His body lunged toward them. Damian shoved Aurora behind him just as Adrian's fist collided with his chest. The force sent Damian skidding back, his shoes scraping the concrete. Aurora screamed, stumbling against the rooftop wall. She had never seen anything like it. These weren't men. They were beasts wrapped in human skin. Their power shook the ground beneath her feet. Damian's voice was a growl now, almost inhuman. "Stay back, Aurora." Adrian's laugh echoed in the night. "Do you think you can protect her? You've always been weak, Damian. Always." Silver light rippled across Damian's skin, glowing faintly at his temples, his hands curling into claws. "And you've always been reckless." Aurora's knees buckled as the two brothers clashed again. The sound of flesh hitting flesh cracked through the night. Blood splattered across the rooftop as claws tore into skin. Their movements were too fast, too violent, too wild. It wasn't a fight. It was war. Aurora pressed her back against the wall, her breath coming in short gasps. Fear twisted her stomach, but another feeling burned beneath it. Something strange, something she didn't understand. It was heat, power, like something inside her was waking up. When Adrian slammed Damian to the ground, Aurora cried out, "Stop." For a moment, both men froze. Their glowing eyes snapped toward her, and the rooftop shook. Aurora didn't know how. She didn't know why. But the concrete beneath her feet cracked, a thin line splitting across the floor like lightning. The air around her shimmered, hot and cold all at once. Adrian's eyes widened. Impossible. Damian pushed himself up, blood dripping from his lip. He stared at her, his silver gaze softer now, filled with something like awe. "It's true," he whispered. You are more than human. Aurora staggered forward, shaking her head. I don't know what's happening to me. Adrian hissed. She's waking. The bloodline lives. He lunged again, but this time Damian was ready. He caught Adrian midair and slammed him into the rooftop wall, so hard the bricks cracked. Adrian snarled, shoving Damian off. His red eyes blazed with fury. This isn't over. And just like that, he vanished, gone in a blur of speed and shadow. Aurora stood frozen, trembling as the night fell silent again. Damian's chest heaved as he turned to her, his suit torn, blood staining his shirt. His eyes still glowed, but softer now. Are you hurt? Aurora shook her head, though her legs nearly gave out beneath her. What was that? Damian stepped closer, slowly, like he feared she might run. That was my brother. And now you see what I've been trying to tell you. You are not just human, Aurora. You carry the blood of the first line. Her eyes blurred with tears. No, I can't. I'm nothing. I'm an orphan who scrubs dishes and barely pays rent. You are more than that, Damian said firmly, catching her shoulders. His touch burned, not painfully, but like fire alive under her skin. The bond between us, the curse, the way your power shook this rooftop, it's all proof. Aurora shook her head. This is insane. I can't do this. I don't want this. His jaw tightened. You don't get to choose. Fate already has. The next morning, Aurora woke in her apartment, unsure how she had gotten there. Her body felt heavy, her dreams full of fire and silver eyes. Maya sat cross-legged on the bed beside her, grinning like a cat. So, are you going to tell me how you ended up spending the night with Mr. Tall, Dark, and Dangerous again? Aurora groaned. Not now, Maya. Maya flopped back on the mattress. Come on, you can't hide it. I saw the way he looked at you, like you're the only person in the universe. Aurora stared at the ceiling. It's not like that. He's dangerous. And there's something I don't understand about me. Maya's smile faltered. What do you mean? Aurora sat up, her hands shaking. Last night, something happened. The ground cracked. Like I did it. Like there's something inside me I can't control. Maya blinked. Wait, are you saying you got superpowers now? Aurora buried her face in her hands. I don't know what I'm saying. I just want a normal life. Maya sighed, rolling onto her side. Babe, you've never been normal. Maybe this is who you really are. Aurora's chest tightened. She wanted to argue, but deep inside, she knew Maya was right. That night, Damian returned. He appeared outside her apartment like a shadow, waiting for her by the alley. Aurora nearly slammed the door when she saw him. You can't keep showing up like this. You're not safe, Damian said simply. Adrian will come again. He won't stop until he has you. Aurora's hands clenched. Why me? Why am I so important? Damian's eyes softened. Because your bloodline is tied to the throne of the wolves. Whoever claims you, claims the right to lead. Aurora's knees weakened. That's insane. Insane or not, it's true, Damian said. And that makes you the most hunted woman in the city. Aurora backed away, shaking her head. I didn't ask for this. His gaze burned into her. Neither did I. But here we are. Days passed. Aurora tried to go back to work, but everywhere she went, she felt eyes on her. Shadows in every corner. She jumped at every sound, every flicker of movement. Maya stuck by her side, making jokes to lighten the tension, but Aurora could see the worry in her friend's eyes. And Damian was everywhere.
Part 3. The Wolf's Awakening. Rain fell hard against the empty street. Water ran in rivers down the cracked pavement, and thunder rolled like drums across the sky. Aurora's hair clung to her face as she stood frozen, her heart beating so fast it hurt. Adrian's men circled her and Maya, their glowing eyes flashing in the dark. Wolves. Real wolves hiding under human skin. Maya's hand clutched Aurora's arm. Aurora, she whispered, her voice shaking. What do we do? Aurora's lips trembled. I don't know. Adrian stepped forward, smiling as though the storm belonged to him. His red eyes glowed, bright and cruel. You can't run from this, little mate. Your power is mine. With you at my side, no one will stop me. Aurora shook her head, fear twisting her stomach. I will never be yours. Adrian laughed softly. You already are. You just don't understand it yet. He lifted his hand, and at once his men moved in. Maya screamed. Aurora, do something. Aurora's chest tightened. Her blood burned hot. The storm around her seemed to grow louder. She felt something inside her break open, wild, fierce, uncontrollable. Stay away from us, she cried. The ground shook. Cracks split the street, running out from beneath her feet. Lightning ripped across the sky, and for one terrifying moment, her body glowed with a faint silver light. Adrian's men stumbled back, their faces twisted in shock. Adrian's smile faltered. Impossible, he hissed. She's awakening. Before Aurora could understand what was happening, a blur of movement cut through the storm. Damian. He crashed into the circle like a shadow come alive, his fist slamming into the first man's chest. Bones cracked. Another man lunged, but Damian's claws tore through his shirt, sending him flying into the side of a car. His silver eyes burned brighter than the lightning. Touch her and die, he growled. Adrian's laugh cut through the chaos. Always the hero, brother, but heroes always fall. He lunged at Damian, claws flashing. The two brothers clashed, their power shaking the street. Claws against claws. snarls tearing through the storm. Sparks of silver and red light lit up the night with every strike. Maya dragged Aurora back toward the alley. Come on, we have to get out of here. But Aurora couldn't move. She was trembling, not from fear, from power, from something alive inside her that she couldn't hold back. Her skin burned, her vision blurred, and then she saw it, in the reflection of a rain puddle. Her eyes were glowing, not silver, not red, but white, pure and blinding. Maya, she whispered, her voice breaking. Something's wrong with me. Maya's jaw dropped. Aurora, you're glowing, like a freaking lamp. Aurora shook her head. I can't control it. Her chest felt like it might explode. The fire inside her grew hotter, stronger. Her hands shook as light rippled under her skin. Suddenly a scream tore through the storm. Maya, Aurora spun around just in time. See one of Adrian's men grab Maya by the throat and lift her off the ground. Maya kicked and clawed, gasping for air. No! Aurora cried. Her vision turned white. The fire inside her erupted. A wave of light burst from her body, blasting across the street like an explosion. The man holding Maya flew backward, slamming into a lamppost with a sickening crack. Every other wolf stumbled, covering their faces, howling as the light burned them. The storm went silent for one heartbeat, and then it was over. Aurora dropped to her knees, gasping, her body weak. The glow faded from her skin, leaving her trembling and cold. Maya stumbled to her side, coughing. Holy crap, Aurora. What was that? Aurora shook her head, tears spilling down her cheeks. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. Damian appeared, blood running down his arm, his chest heaving. His eyes softened when they landed on her. You're awakening, he said quietly. The wolf inside you is waking up. Aurora's lips parted. Wolf. Damian knelt in front of her, his silver eyes burning into hers. You're not just tied to the wolves. You are one. Her heart stopped. That's not possible. Yes, Damian said firmly. Your parents were from the first line, the oldest blood. That's why Adrian wants you. If he binds you to him, he gains the throne. Aurora shook her head, panic flooding her chest. No, I don't want this. I don't want to be one of you. Damian's jaw tightened. You don't get to choose what you are, but you can choose who you stand with. Aurora looked at him, her chest aching. His voice was firm, but his eyes looked almost broken, like he was as trapped in this as she was. The days that followed were chaos. Maya patched Aurora up when she fainted, cracked jokes when the tension grew too heavy, and kept reminding her she wasn't alone. But at night, Aurora couldn't sleep. She thought of Damian, of his words, of the way her body had burned under his touch. She hated him. She wanted him. She feared him. And most of all, she feared herself, because the wolf inside her was growing louder, stronger. Every night, she dreamed of silver forests and blood-red moons. Every morning, she woke with her heart racing, her hands shaking, her skin burning with heat. Maya noticed, you're changing, Aurora, and not just your powers. You're starting to crave him, aren't you? Aurora flushed. No, it's not like that. Maya smirked. It's exactly like that. Aurora buried her face in her hands. It's the curse. It has to be. This bond is not real. But deep inside, she wasn't sure anymore. It all came crashing down one evening when Damian returned. He found Aurora in the diner, tried to act normal, try and pretend her world hadn't fallen apart. He sat in the booth across from her, his presence filling the small space like a storm. You can't keep running, he said softly. Aurora clenched her fists. I'm not running. I'm surviving. Damian's gaze burned into her. Adrian won't stop. And now that your powers are waking, others will come for you too. Hunters, clans, rivals. You are the key to everything, Aurora. And I can't protect you if you keep pushing me away. Aurora's throat tightened. Why me? Why not someone else? I didn't ask for this life. His jaw hardened. Neither did I. But we don't get to choose fate. Aurora looked into his silver eyes. For one terrifying moment, she saw something vulnerable there, something almost human, and that was when she realized the truth. She wasn't just afraid of him. She was afraid of how much she wanted him. The storm came again that night. Aurora woke to the sound of shattering glass. She bolted upright in bed, her heart racing. Maya screamed from the kitchen. Aurora ran, her bare feet hitting the floor hard, and froze. The apartment was filled with shadows, wolves with glowing red eyes. Adrian's men. Maya was pinned against the wall, a knife at her throat, and Adrian stood in the center of the room, his red eyes burning with triumph. "Hello again, little mate," he said, his smile cruel. "Ready to come with me?" Aurora's chest heaved, power already burning in her blood. But before she could move, Adrian pressed the knife harder against Maya's skin. "Choose, Aurora," he hissed. "Come with me willingly or watch your friend die." Aurora's body shook. Her wolf roared inside her chest, screaming to fight. But Maya's wide, terrified eyes broke her. Tears spilled down Aurora's face as she whispered, "I'll go." Adrian's smile widened, and that was when Damian crashed through the window.
Part 4, Eternal Shadows. Glass rained down as Damian crashed through the window. Shards sparkled in the dim light, falling like sharp stars. His silver eyes burned, his body already shifting with power. Adrian's men turned at once, snarling, their red eyes glowing. Damian didn't hesitate. His claws ripped to the first man, sending him sprawling against the wall. The second lunge, but Damian caught him by the throat and snapped his neck like it was nothing. "Let her go." Damian roared. Adrian only pressed the knife tighter against Maya's throat. Blood trickled down her skin, and she whimpered. Aurora's heart stopped. "Please, don't hurt her." Adrian smirked, his red eyes gleaming. "Then, you know what to do, little mate. Come to me." Damian growled low in his chest. "Don't you touch her." Adrian's laugh echoed darkly. "Always so protective, brother. Always so weak. You never understood what power is." Aurora's body shook. The fire inside her was burning again, hotter, brighter. Her vision blurred, her breath coming in sharp gasps. Maya's terrified eyes met hers. Aurora stepped forward. "Stop. I'll go with you. Just let her go." Damian snapped his head toward her, his face pale with shock. "Aurora, no." But Adrian's smile grew wider. "Good girl." He shoved Maya away, and she stumbled into the corner, coughing, clutching her throat. Aurora's tears burned her cheeks. She took another shaky step toward Adrian. Her heart felt heavy, her wolf inside screaming, fighting, but she forced herself forward. Adrian reached for her hand, his claws sharp, his touch like ice. And that was when Damian lunged. He slammed into Adrian, claws tearing into his chest. Adrian snarled, slashing back, their power colliding in a storm of silver and red light. The floor shook, the walls cracked. Maya screamed and ducked down as the two brothers tore into each other, growls shaking the room. Aurora pressed her back against the wall, trembling, watching the war unfold. Blood sprayed, glass shattered, claws ripped through flesh. They weren't men anymore. They were wolves. Damian's wolf was massive, his fur black as night, his silver eyes glowing like moons. Adrian's wolf was blood red, his teeth sharp, his growl full of hate. They clashed, fawn against fawn, claw against claw. Every strike shook the building. Aurora's chest burned. Her blood roared. Her wolf screamed inside her, desperate to break free. Her vision blurred white again. Her body trembled. And then it happened. Her wolf broke through. Aurora cried out as her body twisted, bones shifting, skin burning. Pain ripped through her, but power flooded her veins. Her scream turned into a howl, wild and fierce. When it was over, she stood on four legs, her fur white as snow, her eyes glowing pure white. Maya gasped. "Aurora?" Aurora's wolf heart beat hard, wild. She felt alive, strong, unstoppable. Damian and Adrian froze mid-fight, both turning toward her. Adrian's red eyes widened. The white wolf, the prophecy is true. Damian's chest heaved, his silver eyes glowing brighter. "Aurora," Aurora growled, her voice not human, but still hers. "I will never belong to either of you." Adrian snarled. "We'll see about that." He lunged at her, claws flashing, but Aurora's wolf was faster. She leapt aside, her jaws snapping shut on his arm. Blood sprayed as she tore into him, her strength shocking even herself. Adrian howled, throwing her off, but before he could strike again, Damian slammed into him, pinning him to the ground. "Stay down!" Damian roared. Adrian spat blood, his smile still cruel. "You can't kill me, brother. If you do, the curse will bind her soul to mine forever. Aurora froze. What? Adrian's eyes blazed. Didn't he tell you? Didn't he tell you what the curse really is? Her heart thudded painfully. Damian, what is he talking about? Damian's face was pale, his silver eyes heavy with guilt. Aurora, the curse, it ties you to us, to our blood. If Adrian dies by my hand, his bond to you will never break. Aurora's world spun. You lied to me. No, Damian said quickly, his voice desperate. I was trying to protect you. Adrian laughed darkly. Lies, little mate. That's all he has ever given you. But I will give you power. With me, you will never be weak again. Aurora's chest heaved. She looked at Damian, then at Adrian, both bloodied, both glowing, both dangerous. Her wolf growled, I will not be a prize. She lunged. Her jaws closed around Adrian's throat. His red eyes widened in shock, then dimmed as her teeth tore through him. His body shuddered once, then went still. Silence filled the room. Damian froze, his silver eyes wide, his chest rising and falling. Aurora released Adrian's body, her white fur stained with blood. She stood tall, her eyes blazing. The curse broke with a soundless crack. Aurora felt in her bones, chains shattering inside her chest. She had done it. She had chosen. Not Damian. Not Adrian. Herself. The days after were heavy. Maya stayed close, helping Aurora clean the blood, holding her when nightmares woke her in the night. Damian came too, but he kept his distance. His silver eyes were softer now, almost sad. One night, Aurora found him standing on the rooftop where it had all begun. You should hate me, he said quietly. Aurora stood beside him, the city lights glowing below. I don't. He turned to her, surprised. Aurora's voice shook. You kept things from me. You scared me. But you also fought for me. You saved me. And even when I wanted to give up, you didn't let me. His jaw tightened. I don't deserve your forgiveness. Aurora's chest ached. Maybe not, but I don't care about curses or bloodlines anymore. I care about choice. And I choose me. Damian's silver eyes burned, and for a moment his mask slipped. She saw the man beneath the wolf. The man who wanted her but feared he would destroy her. Slowly, she stepped closer. Her hand brushed his. The bond burned hot between them, not as a curse now, but as something alive. Something real. For the first time, Aurora wasn't afraid. She was free. Part 5, Blood Moon Rising. The rain had stopped, but the city did not feel clean. It felt heavy, dark, as if Adrian's death had left a scar that refused to heal. Aurora stood in front of the broken mansion, her wolf senses sharper than ever. Every sound was louder, every scent stronger. The heartbeat of the world was inside her chest, wild and restless. But the peace she expected never came. The curse was broken, yes. She was free, yes. But the shadows still followed her. Maya walked up beside her, arms crossed, chewing gum like nothing in the world had changed. But her eyes were tired. So, she said, we killed the psycho brother. The hot, brooding one is still hanging around. You got wolf ears now. What's next, queen of drama? Aurora almost laughed, but her chest felt too heavy. I don't know. Behind them, Damian stepped out of the shadows. He hadn't left her side since that night, but he stayed quiet, distant, always watching. His suit was gone, his shirt loose, his face more human than wolf. But his eyes, they still glowed. You should rest, he said softly. Aurora turned to him, her jaw tight. You're still hiding things from me. Damian didn't deny it. His gaze lifted to the sky, where the moon hid behind clouds. The curse breaking wasn't the end. It was a beginning. Aurora's stomach twisted. What do you mean? Maya groaned. Here we go. More secrets. Damian's voice was low, heavy with something she didn't want to hear. Adrian's blood was bound to the blood moon. His death woke it. And now the council will come. Aurora frowned. Council? Damian's jaw clenched. The council of alphas. They rule over all packs, all bloodlines, mortal and immortal. They will not forget what happened here. Maya raised her eyebrows. So, the wolf mafia bosses are coming? Great. Just great. Aurora's chest tightened. Are they worse than Adrian? Damian looked at her, his silver eyes full of warning. Much worse. That night, Aurora dreamed. She stood in a forest under a red moon. Blood dripped from the trees, soaking the ground. Wolves howled all around, but she couldn't see them. She was alone. Then a voice whispered through the dark. Asterisk white wolf. Curse wolf. You cannot escape. Asterisk. Aurora turned, her breath caught in her throat. A figure stood in the distance, tall, cloaked, faceless. Its eyes glowed brighter than fire. Adrian is gone, but his shadow is not. Aurora woke with a scream, sweat dripping down her face. Maya rushed to her side, hair a mess, holding a baseball bat. What? What is it? Do I hit someone? Aurora shook her head, heart racing. It was just a dream, I think. Damian appeared in the doorway, his silver eyes glowing faintly in the dark. The blood moon is calling you. Aurora swallowed hard. What does that mean? His jaw tightened. It means you're not done fighting. 2 days later, they left the city. Damian said it wasn't safe anymore, not with the council watching. Aurora didn't want to run, but she didn't have a choice. The world she knew, the orphan life, the cheap apartments, the quiet nights, was gone. Maya, of course, complained the whole way. No Wi-Fi, no clubs, no hot guys, just trees and creepy wolves. Love that for me. Aurora rolled her eyes, but secretly, she was glad Maya was there. Without her, the silence of the woods would have crushed her. They arrived at Damian's private estate, hidden deep in the forest. It was massive. Stone walls covered in ivy, iron gates tall as towers. It looked more like a fortress than a home. Inside, the air smelled of old books and firewood. Wolves moved in the shadows, bowing their heads when Damian passed. Aurora's skin crawled. She was one of them now, but she didn't feel like it. Not yet. That night, Damian called her to study. You should know the truth, he said, pouring himself a glass of dark wine. The council will come for you, because you are the white wolf, the first in centuries. Aurora crossed her arms. I didn't ask for this. You didn't, he agreed, but fate chose you. Her voice shook. And if I don't want fate? Damian's silver eyes burned into hers. Then you fight it. The next morning, the forest shook with howls. Wolves filled the clearing outside the gates. Dozens of them, black, brown, gray, all bearing the mark of the council. Their eyes glowed red like Adrian's. Maya cursed under her breath. We're so dead. Damian stepped forward, his presence heavy, his voice low. Stay behind me. Aurora's wolf stirred inside her, restless, wild. Her chest burned, her eyes glowing white. The wolves parted, and a man walked through. He was tall, dressed in black robes, his hair silver like Damian's, but his face cruel. His eyes glowed gold. Damian, the man said, his voice smooth but sharp. You broke the law of blood. You killed your own. And you? His eyes shifted to Aurora. You woke the prophecy. Aurora's heart thudded. Damian growled. Stay away from her. The man smiled coldly. She belongs to us now. To the council. To the blood moon. Aurora's wolf growled loud inside her. Her body trembled. And for the first time, she didn't feel fear. She felt rage. The golden-eyed man stepped closer. Each of his steps felt heavy, like the ground itself bent to his will. Wolves behind him growled low, their red eyes fixed on Aurora. Aurora's chest tightened, her breath sharp. The wolf inside her snarled, her fur bristling though she hadn't shifted. Maya whispered from behind her, Aurora, I think they want to eat you. Quiet, Damian said without looking back. His voice was low, sharp, a command. The man stopped a few feet away. He smiled, but it wasn't kind. I am Magnus, first fallen of the council. You, White Wolf, will come with us. You are our prophecy, our weapon. Under the blood moon, you will rise, or you will burn. Aurora's nails dug into her palms. I don't belong to you. Magnus chuckled softly, shaking his head. You think you have a choice? You are a child playing with fire. Do you even know what you are? Aurora's heart pounded. She didn't answer. Magnus' smile grew colder. You are the daughter of the forbidden line. Mortal blood and immortal blood mixed. That is why the curse bound you. That is why Adrian wanted you. And that is why we will not let you go. Aurora froze. Her thoughts spun. Mortal and immortal? Her parents had hidden this? Damian's face tightened. Enough, Magnus. But Magnus ignored him. His golden eyes burned into Aurora. Your mother was mortal. Your father was one of us. Aurora's breath caught. She had never known her parents. Never known why they left her. And now this? Maya gasped. Holy, Aurora, you're like a wolf princess or something. Aurora shook her head, her voice breaking. No, that can't be true. Magnus leaned forward, his voice sharp. You are ours. The blood moon will rise in 3 nights. On that night, you will stand before the council. If you accept, you will rule with us. If you refuse, he smiled darkly, we will tear apart everyone you love. His eyes slid toward Maya. Maya stiffened, muttering, I suddenly don't like this guy. Damian's growl thundered through the clearing. You will not touch her. Magnus raised an eyebrow, unbothered. Then keep her on a leash, brother, before she burns the whole world. He turned and walked back, wolves parting for him like shadows. Within moments, the forest swallowed them whole. The silence left behind was heavy, painful. Maya let out a shaky laugh. Well, that was fun. Aurora's chest heaved. Her head spun. Daughter of forbidden blood. A prophecy. A weapon. 3 nights. She whispered. Damian, is it true? Damian's silver eyes softened, but he didn't answer. That silence was enough. Aurora's chest burned with rage. She turned and walked away, her wolf snarling inside her. That night, Aurora stood alone in the woods. The moon was hidden behind clouds, but she could still feel it, heavy, watching. Her wolf paced inside her chest. Asterisk, you are more than them. More than their chains. Asterisk. She closed her eyes, letting the sounds of the forest wash over her. But peace didn't come. Only fire. Why me? She whispered. Why always me? The leaves rustled. A twig snapped. Aurora turned sharply, claws half-formed. Maya stepped out, arms crossed, holding 2 mugs of instant coffee. You talk to yourself a lot, you know that? Aurora sighed. Maya, not now. But Maya didn't leave. She handed her a mug. You think I'm just some crazy sidekick, right? Always joking, always causing trouble. But I see you, Aurora. You've been fighting your whole life. Even before wolves and curses and glowing-eyed hot guys. You don't give up. Not ever. Aurora blinked, her chest tight. Maya sipped her coffee. So, prophecy or no prophecy, screw them. You're not their weapon. You're not Damian's either. You're Aurora freaking Hale. And if anyone wants to mess with you, they'll have to go through me first. Aurora let out a shaky laugh. You're insane. Maya grinned. That's why you love me. For the first time in days, Aurora smiled. A small, broken smile. But real. 3 nights came fast. The council summons arrived, blood written across black parchment. Damian wanted to fight it, but Aurora knew she had no choice. If she didn't go, they would hunt her down and kill Maya, maybe even burn the whole city. The blood moon night was heavy, red light spilling over the sky like fire. The council gathered in a massive stone circle deep in the forest. Wolves filled the stands, hundreds of eyes glowing, watching, waiting. Aurora walked into the circle, Maya behind her, Damian at her side. Her white wolf stirred inside her, restless, hungry. Magnus stood in the center, smiling. Welcome, white wolf. Aurora lifted her chin, though her heart raced. I'm not yours. Magnus laughed. We will see. He raised his hands, chanting in an old language. The blood moon pulsed above, glowing brighter, hotter, filling Aurora's chest with fire. Pain ripped through her. She gasped, falling to her knees. Her bones twisted, her skin burned. Her wolf howled inside her, desperate to break free. Magnus' voice thundered. The prophecy awakens. Tonight, the white wolf will rise. Aurora screamed, her body shaking, shifting. Her white fur burst out, her glowing eyes blinding. The wolves around howled, some in awe, others in fear. Magnus smiled. Bow to your true queen. But Aurora's wolf stood tall, chest heaving, eyes blazing white fire. She snarled. I bow to no one. Gasps echoed through the crowd. Magnus' smile slipped. Then you will die. He raised his claw, power surging, red energy spilling from the blood moon. Wolves lunged forward. Aurora braced herself. And then, Maya screamed. Aurora turned just in time to see a council wolf dragging Maya into the circle. Teeth bared her throat. No. Aurora howled, her heart breaking. Magnus laughed. Choose, white wolf. Surrender to us or watch your friend die. The circle erupted with growls, howls, fire. Aurora's wolf heart pounded. Rage burned hotter than fear. She looked at Maya, terrified but still fighting, still kicking. And she made her choice. With a roar that shook the forest, Aurora leapt into the circle, her claws glowing white. The blood moon itself seemed to shatter.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share to your loved ones. Part 6, The Last Howl. The circle burned red under the blood moon. Wolves howled, claws clashed, and shadows stretched long across the stone ground. Aurora's white wolf stood in the center, glowing with fierce light. Her heart roared like thunder in her chest. Her friend was in danger. Her freedom was on the line, and the world wanted to chain her. Not tonight. She launched herself forward. Her claws cut through the wolf holding Maya, sending it flying across the circle. Maya fell hard, coughing, blood on her lips but alive. Aurora! She cried. Aurora's white eyes blazed. She stood tall, fur shining, the whole forest trembling with her howl. Magnus' face twisted with rage. His golden eyes blazed as he lifted his hands toward the moon. Red light poured down, filling him with dark power. His body shifted, bones cracking, fur bursting forth. He became a beast bigger than any wolf Aurora had seen, his golden eyes like fire. The council wolves roared with him. Damian stepped forward, his black wolf rising beside Aurora. His silver eyes burned bright as he growled, We end this now. Aurora glanced at him. For once, no secrets, no lies, just the truth of the fight in front of them. She nodded. They leapt together. The battle was chaos. Aurora slashed through wolves with glowing claws, their blood spraying the stone. Her howl split the night, shaking trees, making weaker wolves cower in fear. Damian was a storm of black fury, tearing through council warriors, his silver eyes like lightning. But Magnus was unstoppable. His golden wolf was massive, his claws sharp as blades, his roar shaking the very ground. Every time Aurora struck him, he healed. Every time Damian bit him, he grew stronger. You cannot kill me. Magnus thundered. I am the blood moon. I am forever. Aurora's chest burned. Her strength faltered. She staggered back, blood dripping from her white fur. Magnus lunged at her. And then Maya threw a stone. It hit Magnus right in the face. The golden wolf froze, blinking. The entire circle paused. Hey, Gold Eyes! Maya shouted, her voice shaking but loud. Why don't you pick on someone who doesn't sparkle like a Christmas ornament? Aurora's jaw dropped. Even in wolf form, she almost laughed. Magnus snarled, turning on Maya. No! Aurora howled. She lunged, but Magnus was faster. He swiped at Maya, claws ready to tear her apart. At the last second, Damian slammed into him, knocking him away. His silver eyes burned. Run, Maya. But Maya didn't run. She stood shaking, clutching a broken spear she had found. Her voice was wild, almost hysterical. No more running. We fight. She stabbed the spear at Magnus' leg. It barely